I kind of begrudgingly respect just the dedication to not getting better at what you do for a living. Just coast through life.
It probably shouldn't even happen.
If you got it, you got to flaunt it, Acid.
You know what? I got a lot of stuff that I don't want to flaunt, so I just keep it to myself.
Jeremy is really big into the used mattresses. I think that's an excellent deal.
He has a used mattress store on the side.
I'm not going to pull the pants down without the pants down cue.
And we found out that Anthony's friends are all 13-year-old boys. Nice.
Clay, how you doing?
Doing a little more poorly after that terrible introduction. I was just fine, to be honest with you.
Hello, Sci Fi Gangstas. This is a show where we talk about science fiction, comic books, and video games. Really, it's just an excuse for me to catch up with my friends and to meet interesting people. I'm Anthony Dennar, media scholar and person who just cannot wait. It's less than a month away. Dragon Con is right around the corner. I know Jeremy's excited. He's constantly texting me about how excited he is about Dragon Con. I'm excited. I know our guests are excited here, but that's our main topic for today. We're talking about the top 3 things that we're most excited about. Dragon Con, once again, right around the corner. And I'm sure everybody here has things they want to mention about what they're excited about for Dragon Con. But before we even begin here, let's go ahead and introduce our guests. We'll start off with my co-host, Jeremy. How you doing?
I'm good. I've been outside all day, so I'm trying to shed some heat. But yeah, been good otherwise.
I love the camera angle because it's conveying to me that you have no interest in talking to us at all. Like, it just looks like you are just doing your homework. That's what it looks like. You look like every student that I've taught online, just not interested in anything that I'm talking about at all. But definitely good to have you, Jeremy. Let's go ahead and move on to the producer of the show, Acidtrain. Acid, how you doing?
I'm tired. I'm stressed, and that is my life now. But I'm actually more interested to know what is on Jeremy's face. That is new. I have not seen this yet. Has it been that long since I've seen Jeremy? Because I think the last time I saw you, you were baby-faced. And
probably. I mean, I just go from one to the other until I can't stand anymore, and I shave.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was just checking. I mean, I don't know.
I think he's actually experimenting with facial hair for cosplay. I know he's been.
Oh, okay.
He's been debating.
Going
I
with
need
the
a
cosplay.
mustache, so
Oh, okay.
I wasn't gonna go grow like just a mustache by itself. So
You
it's
could
this until I get to Atlanta, and then I'll
do that.
shave the rest off.
All right, very nice. Just do like I used to have it. Get it all the way down to there, and you'll be good.
Yeah, once again, we all have various degrees of facial hair.
Except for Stephanie.
Stephanie clean shaven. Going with clean shaven. I like it.
Yeah.
But
we at least like to maintain the illusion that that is the case.
Excellent. But Acid, always good to have you. I'm sorry that you're stressed. Of course, I'm getting closer and closer to a journal article deadline coming up at the end of this month. Everything is due at the end of this month. It's insane what's happening, but I do have a journal article deadline coming up pretty soon, and I'm stressing out about that. But anyways, we'll go ahead and move on to Tony P. Henderson. Tony, always good to have you on the show. Tony, how you doing?
Hey, I'm great. It's been too long. It's not that I've wanted to do this, but I always miss you guys when I do come back, see everyone's hairy faces. I'm super excited to see Acid at Dragon Con this year. That's my number one. That's my number one on the list. Let's go. Let's do it.
I actually got an incentive from my wife. So she said I could either go to Dragon Con or I could upgrade my PC. And I'm sorry to say I've decided to go with upgrading my PC. So.
Wow. Well, there you go. There's sad news for Tony Henderson there.
I know. Just FaceTime me or something while you're doing something exciting.
Maybe 2023.
Maybe. We'll see.
And
I can't turn down a $5,000 computer, so
that is true. And is that how much money we're going to spend on the hotel this year, or just in general?
altogether? Yeah.
who knows how much money I will be spending this year at Dragon Con. Tony, of course, we need to plug your podcast. Is it the Oddcast?
Yeah. Tony P Oddcast. New episode just came out today. It's weird, wacky news from around the world. It's an interesting one today. I'll just leave it at that. I'll let you go check it out.
We'll definitely check that out. And of course, I can see in the background that you have the Marriott carpet pattern in the background there. Always good.
That is accurate. Yes, I would move my camera, but I'm lazy.
And of course, in the background, you can perhaps hear my children screaming at the top of their lungs.
Yes, we can.
In rage over having to go to bed.
That's what I heard.
That is most certainly happening in this household.
Yeah,
so
that's what I sound like when I have to go to work. So I know their pain.
Yeah, we know that. All right, we'll move on to Stephanie. Stephanie, how you doing?
I am damn glad to be here. Hi.
Oh, fantastic. Stephanie, off air, you told us that you had a brand new job. And I just want to say congratulations once again. I know many people in our position, when we're looking for jobs, once we graduate, the things don't look that great. But you got a job, and it's always good news to hear.
It is. I mean, the world is a dumpster fire, but sometimes you're in the right place at the right time. So you can't discount luck.
I will say this, part of the great resignation is a lot of academics are leaving. So does that leave opening for jobs? I don't know. I always find it fascinating when academics complain about their job because I've had real jobs out in the real world, and I know how crappy it is out there. And to hear academics complain about, another email, like it's just like, okay, seriously. It's anyways, moving on.
Yeah, every time you text us about you playing Halo during the middle of the day, it's just a little bit of a knife to my heart. Just a little bit.
I will say this though, it's the
I'm
summer.
with Jeremy on this one.
It's the summer, and I was teaching online, which I rather not do. So I'd rather teach in person than be able to play Halo in the morning. Although playing Halo in the morning is always a good time, always fun. But it's definitely always good to have you on the show.
Apparently, she didn't get the beard memo.
I apologize, but many gay men have used me to appear straight before, if that counts. So,
You don't have a beard, but you may be a
I
beard.
can function
But
as
the hair color, the hair color is hot though, so I like the hair color.
Thank you.
My daughter actually she does blue streaks in her hair, so she would be very impressed.
It's blue you got to watch out for. We're the dangerous ones.
That's okay.
You can't tell, but I do gray streaks in mine.
Yeah. Those are all natural.
Oh, well, this is gray. I just I'm like, let's have fun with it. So
That's right.
All you people with hair.
Hey, now.
Hey, there we go.
My gray's in my beard right here.
I'm getting older and older, and I don't mind the gray. Like the gray's coming in, I don't mind it. I don't care if the whole thing grows gray, but I just love my thick locks that I have here. Just enjoying the thick locks. I'll always be happy with that. I don't care how gray it is.
That feels like a big middle finger to some of y'all sitting here on the Zoom call.
Yeah. Anyways,
if the Xbox wasn't enough.
Yeah,
that's true.
I can see. I'm the producer, so I can mute him at any time. So
this is very true.
Cut him out. It'll be our show.
True power corrupts. Absolutely.
Today we're talking about Dragon Con. What are the top 3 things that we're looking forward to the most? This Dragon Con 22. Last year, things, obviously there was a lot of dealing with the pandemic. Still kind of dealing with COVID-19 issues, but as things have been sort of trickling down since last year. And last year, we've already talked about the last year's Dragon Con experience, but right now we're looking forward. We're looking forward to this new Dragon Con. And today's topic is, what are you most looking forward to this year? And I'll go ahead and begin like I always do. So I've been going to Dragon Con since 2014. I looked at the Dragon Con app, obviously, and you can see how many times you've downloaded the Dragon Con app. I think it's been since 2014. That was the Picard. That was the Patrick Stewart year when Patrick Stewart was there. And one of my dreams was to host my own panel. And this year, for the first time, I am actually hosting my own panel at DragonCon. I'm pretty excited about that. It's actually it's the
Boo.
Joker.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
all my
Turnabout's fair
all my,
play.
all my students will love that. Once again, no one can hear me. I'm in my room by myself. I'm just making myself laugh by saying boo to this poor student. Anyway,
They can. I feel like they can feel it though. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe.
Torn their soul in half.
they'll feel it in their grade. All right, so
There you go.
so this year I have my own panel. I have no idea what day it is or anything like that. Actually, it's a panel that I originally submitted to PCA ACA, which is the Popular Culture Conference, and because of COVID-19 issues, I had to pull that panel. And what I did was I rewrote a little bit and I resubmitted it to DragonCon, but it's a Joker themed one. And basically, the premise it comes with a question. Like is the Joker a revolutionary character or is he a reactionary character? Is he more of a troll or is he more of like a trickster? And obviously, like on the political spectrum, we've had this conversation before on this show multiple times. What fascinates me about the Joker is that you have these seemingly different fan communities who use the Joker, right? You have the far right extremists who use Joker as sort of like this, and celebrate his violence and his misogyny and that sort of thing. And then you have those on the left who celebrate his celebration of, his disability and the transformation and being, and fighting back against a corrupt society. And you have these two different fan communities who gravitate to the Joker. And it's always, obviously we could point to other popular culture objects and icons that have similar fault lines. But it's something unique about the Joker, particularly the 2009 film, which I have seen and talked about way too much on this show and just in general, right? I wrote 2 seminar papers on the Joker, the 2019 film. And the film itself really rests on this fault line of celebration of difference and transformation, accepting who you really are, but also a celebration of like violence. And it has a lot of like good guy with the gun myth in it as well. And and that's what the panel is going to be about. Obviously, I'll be presenting my own, I don't want to say findings, but my own theories. But I really want it to be an open discussion. Right? I just want people in the audience to talk about what you think about it. If you disagree with me, fantastic. Let's have a conversation about that. No one's right or wrong, right? That's my argument. That's my main argument here is that there is this weird fault line that the Joker falls on. But that's what my main panel is about. Once again, we've talked about this way too many times. Tony, I think, completely disagrees with me.
No, I'm just excited. I'm excited for you because I do panels. I absolutely love it. I love doing panels at DragonCon. And I think what you're going to get is a bunch of people in Joker costume, at least a couple, at least a few Jokers at your panel. So make sure you get a picture of that. If you're telling me you've done papers and you talk a lot about the Joker, you need a picture of you with all these Jokers. So I just want you to make that happen.
I volunteer as photographer.
Look at that. You already got a photog. You got some Jokers. You'll be good to go.
That's exciting to me. Like if people actually come to my panel, first of all, that makes me happy. Even if everyone is like booing me the whole time, like I boo my students.
I will. Yeah.
Even if everyone boos me the whole time, that's fun. It sounds exciting. Even if everyone disagrees with sort of my findings on some of the more problematic elements in the film.
Is this something you're going to be able to like record or
that's a good question.
Broadcast in any way?
Maybe I'll try to record it somehow, and maybe we could put it on there.
You think it'll make the streaming membership?
I don't know.
I'll just watch it from the hotel room. No big deal.
Right.
Are you making like slides like you do in presentation?
Yeah, I'll do that. I actually don't know if So there is a big difference between being on a panel with other people. It's part of the academic part of the conference, obviously, right? So it's not just a normal fan panel. It's part of the academic part. So they might put me on a panel with somebody else, but but the directions that I got via the email are very unclear. So
that's par for the course. That sounds about right.
I did it a couple years ago, and yeah, that sounds about right. So I got slotted into the horror track, and I was the only one in that session. And it was in the Westin, and people would just wander in, and they didn't know what was happening in there and why I was citing people about horror film. They were just I don't know what's happening here, but I'll stick around and ask some questions. So it was weird and surreal, but joyful,
Yeah, this sounds fun. I mean, I'll probably treat this panel like I treat my classes. It's open discussion. If someone starts talking, fantastic, keep going. Let's have a conversation, because that's really what I want this panel to be. I mean, but it should be a whole lot of fun. I'm very excited about it, and we'll see what time the panel is. I don't know, Stephanie. I think you know more than anybody. Does the academic panels tend to be during normal business hours?
Yeah, they're usually, they're not at midnight. They're kind of daytime, not vampire hours. So,
well, very good. That's one thing that I'm excited about. So we'll go ahead and move on to Jeremy. Jeremy, of course, me and him have been keeping in touch with many text messages, because we're part of a crew, the squad, you might say, who are going to Dragon Con together, and we're constantly talking about what we're excited about. But Jeremy, I want to hear you say, what's one thing that you're excited about this Dragon Con?
I'm probably, so this is for right now. I might change my mind when we're there. But I think I'm most excited about staying in the Marriott this year, staying in a host hotel.
That's right. You guys normally are off site, right?
Yeah, always close, but not in a host hotel. So this will be the first time I'm there 7 nights. So
the nice thing about staying in the Marriott is that if you're there, you can swipe into the pool. So take your swim trunks.
Yeah, I knew they had a pool and a sauna and a gym and all that. I'm sure definitely be using the gym.
I'm excited. So your whole, I know you guys have your squad, the whole group is at Marriott?
No, the it'll probably be, I don't know how we're splitting up, but I've got a room in the Marriott. Another guy has a room at a Home 2 Suites that's
screw that guy. Yeah,
over by Centennial Park or something. So I don't know how to.
I'm just excited. I normally stay at the Westin, which is a host hotel, but some would say a little further than most. Westin and Sheraton. I'm sorry?
Team Hilton.
Yes.
Oh.
But I'm excited that it's a new experience when you get to stay on site. And I know you guys go a lot. I know the Dragon Con. So I'm just again excited that you guys get to, or at least you and whoever you deem worthy.
Yeah, I think
to have that. It's such a luxury. So
and
being able to take the disco nap mid-afternoon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Use your own bathroom.
Changer.
Yes.
Yeah, we still haven't. Yeah, go ahead, Jeremy. Sorry.
No, I was going to say that I just happened to check on the morning of my birthday, and it was there. So it was like a nice birthday present to myself.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
We still haven't figured out who's going to stay in what hotel, so I don't know if I'm going to be staying with you in the Marriott or whatever. Obviously, the Marriott would be good for my cosplay, which I'll talk about in my next segment on what I'm most excited about. That would definitely help out with I'll say this, I'm becoming more concerned with how bulky my cosplay is and how I'm going to be transporting it from the house to Dragon Con. But that would definitely be helpful, getting in and out of that if I was in the host hotel. But one of my favorite things to do at Dragon Con, and this is how big of a nerd I am, one of my favorite things to do at a con is to wake up early in the morning, get some coffee, and write. That's one of my favorite things to do because whatever reason, it's always it's a brain cleanser because you're being infused with all these endorphins of having so much fun that when you actually sit down and get doing some work, it just clears the mind and for whatever reason, it helps me during the writing process. But anyways, but I'm also very excited about the Marriott room, Jeremy.
Yeah, should be good. I don't. We haven't experienced the hallway parties and whatnot people talk about, so it could be hard to sleep, but we'll see.
Do you know what floor? I guess you don't. I guess you could text. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, no idea.
Do you know the room number? Can you just say that on the show?
Can we have your credit card information?
Yeah, what is your credit card information? Very good. So, Aston, we'll go ahead and get to you. Aston, I know you, but you're super tired right now. You're not going to be going to Dragon Con, but is there anything that you want to say, questions or anything like that?
Not really. I mean, I'm probably going to have more questions after y'all get back. You know, I want to hear about we need to do a post Dragon Con show so I can, you know, ask all the crazy stuff, and we could have like a little slideshow with pictures, you know, a little, you know, music in the background.
We most certainly can do that. Yeah. I would be excited to do that.
I'm still waiting for Combo Breaker hotel information so I can book my next Combo Breaker. But yeah.
Yeah, Tony, you know, Acid has first con experience at Combo Breaker, a video game.
Yeah, it was in Chicago, the fighting game. The fighting game.
You already
conference.
went, or it's upcoming?
Already went. I went back in May.
All right, that counts. That totally counts as a con. Did you have fun?
I did. Yeah, I flew out there. We were out there for a few days, and I actually competed in the Mortal Kombat 11 tournament, and didn't completely get my ass handed to me. So
did you lose the first game?
I did not. I went 2-0, and then I lost 2, so I went 2-2.
That's all that matters. If you don't lose the first one, you're fine. That's all that matters.
I was one win away from playing on the big stage in front of everyone. Yeah.
But we'll get you to Dragon Con. I think that's a step. That's a good start. Yeah,
it is. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Tony. Tony, what are you most looking forward to, or what's one of the things that you're most?
Well, yeah. What am I not looking forward to? All of it, honestly. Let's start with a panel I'm hosting Thursday night. I host a comedy show, which Anthony, you'll appreciate this. There's people from No Shame, James Etchison from that I met in No Shame Theater in Columbus, Georgia, will be on the show. And so we just get a few comedians to come out, tell some jokes for an hour, and try to support Dragon Con's charity, the charity that they're supporting this year, which I completely forgot what it is.
Oh, my.
But every year they pick a local charity, and we'll match donations up to $100,000. So try to kick the weekend off with, you know, some fun and give them some money. So definitely excited about that one.
That is the Acidtrain PayPal wallet fund.
The computer
link will be in the description. Yeah, go ahead and donate today.
And of course, Tony's talking about No Shame, which was a place that I frequently went to do stand-up back in my youth, back when I wasn't forcing my students to listen to my jokes. That's when I would frequently do stand-up at No Shame.
Anthony, I think that's where we met. I'm pretty sure we would have met at No Shame. So a lot has come out of that. So yeah, it's just exciting to, you know, keep that party going and do it at Dragon Con.
Yeah, well, fantastic. 2 panels to go to, most certainly. Let's go ahead and move on to Stephanie. What's one thing that you're looking forward to this Dragon Con?
The thing I'm most looking forward to, as a person who didn't go last year because it just I didn't feel good about it. I can't really say I feel good about it, but fuck it, I'm going. So I'm excited to see my Dragon Con family because, you know, we're like far flung, and there are going to be far too many humans in our hotel room. It just happened. I'm too grown up to live like that for 5 days, but we're going to do it anyway. So it's going to be good.
It's part of the fun.
Yeah, my friend Creighton is flying in from Austin, and we've got a friend coming in from Germany that we haven't seen in years. So
all right.
Very excited to just see my people. Which
how does the sleeping situation work? Right? Do you have one person on the floor, one person on the bed, 2 people in the bed?
Well,
How's
I'm
that
not
work?
entirely even certain if it's a like king or like a 2 queen room or whatever. I mean, based on some of the people that were there, it'll be like a 4 queen room. But, you know, anyway, I don't know. We're just gonna get drunk and see what happens. It'll be great.
I was
Everybody can sleep somewhere. Somebody will be the big spoon. Somebody will be the little spoon. It'll be fine.
I was like, did they get a suite? Oh, wait a minute.
Just, you'll like everybody ends the week kind of like covered in glitter and accepting your fate. So it'll be great.
I think this year more so than others. So usually at Dragon Cons, I don't drink a lot. Like it's just one thing that I'd never really done at Dragon Cons. But Jeremy, over the pandemic, I have become a lush. So like I have become, comparably, at least my wife thinks so.
As
She gives
long
me
as
that
you're
eye.
functional.
She's like, you're drinking again? Like, I'm gonna drink every night. That's what I do now.
This is it.
how-
now.
There's a
This is
difference
how-
between having a drink and drinking.
That is true. That is true. But not according to her. She's very concerned. So I think
As
so
you
I think
text us not 2 hours ago, it's margarita night in the picture of your massive margarita that you sent us.
those margaritas, are
Which
so
looked
freaking-
amazing, though. It did look really
they're
good.
there's a Mexican Batoni. There's a Mexican restaurant in Auburn. It's kind of a brand new Mexican restaurant, and they have the strongest margaritas that you've ever had in your life, and they are delicious, like absolutely delicious. So
I'll have to treat you to a rum bucket at Dragon Con.
okay, well, I think this year I'll be drinking a lot of White Claw Surges, which have become my new candy that I enjoy. But anyways, moving on.
When my spouse put me being gone at Dragon Con into his calendar, he put Teffer's partying with rum buckets as like the week-long tag. And I was like,
Nice.
no lies detected. So
Yeah. Just accept your fate, right?
Well, very
That's all it
good.
is.
Excellent. Let's go ahead and get to our second thing. I'm sorry, Jeremy, go ahead.
I don't know. I was gonna say now that you're back on dairy, you can finally try the alcoholic ice cream.
Well, no, I'm not doing that. So, okay, so what Jeremy's talking about. So I'm lactose intolerant, but I'm extremely lactose intolerant. However, recently, within the last year, I've been eating pizza on occasion. So, but I've been taking like I'll just down as many lactate pills as I can, so I'll eat the pizza and then I'll also take more lactate pills, and I'll do it for several days in a row. So it's just pizza. I'm not doing any other dairy product. It's just going to be pizza. That's my one thing. Anyways, all right. So
We'll get a few drinks in them, Jeremy. We'll see if that changes.
oh my.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Bring me the
I enjoy dairy-free ice cream. Dairy-free ice cream is very delicious. Anyways, my second thing that I'm most looking forward to is, Jeremy, you know this because I've been texting you in the group constantly. It's been my most ambitious cosplay project this summer. I've been working on it. So for those of you who don't know, I've been working on my venomized clone trooper cosplay. And so basically what I've always been cosplaying as Venom because I enjoy Venom. I like the aesthetics of Venom, but also I always just build on from the previous year. I went as Venom. Now I'm going to do a different mask Venom, and then I'm going to do this, and this. As you can see in the background, I have different Venom masks. Well, this year I was like, what if I did a Venomized clone trooper? And I found a couple of templates online, and I got one of the templates, and the guy has his own YouTube channel, and he'll go like step by step on how to make it. And I've been making it throughout the whole summer. It's almost done. I'll go ahead and show a quick little glimpse.
Oh, we get a preview?
So this is just the chest plate. So as you can see here, I got the chest plate, and I got the back here. I added some tentacles. So I used his template on how to make the clone trooper. This is primer, so I still need to paint it black. But as you can see here, I have tentacles coming out. And this is just the chest plate. I still the arms, the legs, and everything. They have tentacles coming out of it as well. I'm gonna put something on the chest. I'm gonna put I drew my own clone trooper Venom logo, and I'm gonna put it right here on the chest. And of course, I got the helmets. Hold on. So this was one of my purchases at Dragon Con last year, was this Clone Trooper helmet with Venom on paint on the top. And that's kind of where I got the idea. I was like, what if I just made the whole armor and I kind of just went as that? So I've been making it all summer. It's almost done. Jeremy, you've been getting the constant photos of it.
Is it EVA foam or what? What'd you make it out
It
of?
is EVA foam. It is EVA foam. I've learned so much about making things with EVA foam. There's so much, like, I've spent so much money on this thing. It's ridiculous, because on foam alone, which was, you know, my favorite film, foam alone, Jeremy, you liked it, stop it. On foam alone, I've spent $150, right? And that's
It's gotten
just
more expensive in the last couple of years too. So
it most certainly has. Just $150 on foam, and then everything else, you know, in terms of the, you know, the paint and all the other stuff that goes in, the blades that I had to buy and everything. And anyways, so I'm very excited about being able to wear that cosplay. Go ahead, Tony.
You got 30 days. Are you gonna get it done?
Almost certainly, it's almost done.
Okay, all right.
And I have pictures. I actually posted it on the DragonCon Facebook page, and to this date, 160 likes.
So you're committed. You're in. You got to do it.
I have to go with it. So
Otherwise, you're going to let those 160 people down, Anthony.
Oh, it's true. All 160 people, those people.
That probably aren't even going to DragonCon.
I will say this. I am actually very concerned with how bulky it is, because there's so many pieces to it. How am I going to get to DragonCon without messing it up? Is a concern for me, but we'll see.
What day do you plan on wearing it? Do you know?
That's a fantastic question.
Right,
I have
get back to me then.
I'm probably going to. It's probably going to be multiple days. I'm probably going to do it like.
I would suggest not Saturday, if you're going to be in the press of crowds, because, you know, 50,000 people or however many come this year, and tentacles maybe aren't like a great mix.
I agree with that statement 100%. In fact, Saturdays, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing on Saturday. If that's just going to be me trying to stay away from the main hotels or something like that, because although last year wasn't that bad on Saturday, you could walk around, wasn't that bad. But anyways, I totally understand that sentiment.
One more question. So, entering any costume contest?
Man, I just texted Jeremy this morning, like, should I do this?
Why not?
Why
That's
not?
my question. Yeah.
I am incredibly proud of what I've done.
At least 160 people would cheer for you in person if you did.
That's very true.
But there's numerous costume. It's not all the like Sunday Night Masquerade. There's other ones, man. So like, I say just jump in. You know, it's just for fun. If you had fun making it, then you're done. Everything else is bonus.
Even are you going to do the Spidey photo shoots?
Maybe
that's another good question.
I could do that as well.
You got some thinking to do, Anthony.
I was just yeah. So even if it's just, you know, a couple people cheering when they see me walk on the stage, that's all I need, right? That'd be fantastic. Or all the booze. Who knows? Who knows? All right. So Jeremy, what else are you looking forward to this DragonCon?
I mean, I guess I'm not really excited about my cosplay because no one's gonna get it, and it's more for my own amusement.
It feels like a challenge, you know.
I mean, it's a very deep pull from a British show, so probably no one gets it. But I don't know. I'm just excited for DragonCon. Right? I'm excited for the parade and wrestling and the parties and the concerts and whatever panels end up being. Yeah, I'm just excited for all of it.
We have a D&D campaign.
Oh yeah, I am really excited to see what Mike does with that. So one of our friends is doing is organizing a murder mystery one shot that is set at DragonCon. So we
That's
are
awesome.
Pretty cool.
and I'm told it involves actual running around. So I'm excited to see what he does
All
with
right.
it.
So it's like a D&D LARP.
Yeah, it's like pretty much.
They call those DLARPs.
The DLARP.
Sounds like a real attractive name, you know.
You mentioned the music. There's a ton of like new bands and musicians this year. So
I'm going to make Anthony go see the Crux Shadows.
Have you not been to the Crux Shadows ever, Anthony?
So Jeremy always brings this up because, like, I always mock the this band, the Crocs Shadows, whatever they're called. Anyways, I actually listened to them on Spotify, and they have one song that I'm like, okay, I can get behind this, and the rest of the songs are, anyways. But here's the thing: like, I should love them because they're in my wheelhouse of genre of music. Although they're a little bit too gothic for the direction that I go in with my electronica music.
They're a little more. They're kind of like goth industrial.
Yeah.
But they're apparent. And I'm not being funny. They're like huge in Germany, apparently, because I don't think they could make it last year because they were in Germany and the whole COVID thing.
Germany loves industrial.
I'm sorry. Oh,
Germany loves industrial.
And they're not like, I'm not gonna lie, they're not like, I don't love them, but I will say they put on a good show, and there's always a great turnout, and it's at least worth dropping by and checking out.
And I do not deny that when you walk down and you see them, like, you get like a little, like, you're like, oh, here we go, we're at Dragon Con. Like,
yes.
It's like it's part of it. Like, they're part of Dragon Con, and even hearing the music, I'm like, oh, we're at Dragon Con. Fantastic. Like great, awesome. You know, so
speaking of music, Anthony, as a fellow Depeche Mode fan, I would highly suggest you catch Vision Video. They're playing again this year. They played last year, and I didn't go, and I was sad. Whatever. I love them. They're from Athens, weirdly. But it's like very sort of like post-punk, Cure-esque. They're wonderful. 100% recommend. So I think you would enjoy it.
Interesting. I might have to check them out. Although I'm not a big fan of The Cure. As much as I love Depeche Mode and Tears for Fears, I do not like The Cure. And I will argue that there is a difference between the bands.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why they're different bands. But it's like that they're all in the same, like, clique.
Unfortunately. But anyways, who are we at? Who's next? I have totally lost. Is it Tony now?
Did I say my second one? I don't know. I just talk incessantly. My second one. Hey, so oh no, I had a question. Jeremy, can you tell us what show you're this super secret mystery cosplay?
Oh yeah, sure. It's so I'm only doing Matt Berry characters. One of the shows I might do, or one of the characters I might do, which people probably will know, is Laszlo from What We Do in the Shadows.
Of course.
But the original one, the one that I've been thinking about for a long time, is from a show called Toast of London or Toast of Tinseltown. So it's Stephen Toe's character.
I don't know that one. You got me. But I do love Matt Berry. I thought you were going to say, oh, he's an IT crowd. Like, yeah, but no, I don't know. You said Toast of London?
So Toast of London was the first show, and then he did a Toast of Tinseltown that's currently ongoing.
I'll check it out. Because I want to know. Like, when I see you, I'm going to be like, I know exactly what that is. Number 2 for me, speaking of shows, I've somehow stumbled on Lock and Key on Netflix.
Okay.
And I just, one of them days, I was like, I'll just put this on. I'll check it out. And then I got really into it, like more than I have most shows lately. So much so that I think we got 8 days till season 3 comes out on Netflix. But I'm like, really, like I said, it's just one of them shows. I don't talk to anyone about it. I just like it in the, peace of my own home. But they got a bunch of people from the show come in. So I'm pretty excited about Lock and Key panel that I'll go check it out regardless. I'm really hoping I might get to moderate, but I'll at least go and check it out because it'll be the finale of the show and all that stuff. So it should be fun.
That would be very cool if you got to moderate that panel.
I might fanboy a little bit, which you're not supposed to do, but it's Sean Ashmore. He was Iceman.
That's true. So I was actually talking about this to Jeremy the other day, is that, when I first started going to Dragon Con, I was definitely far more into meeting the celebrities and collecting the autographs and getting pictures. That's kind of what I was into at the time. Obviously, in the background, I have many things that have been signed by various celebrities, right? So, but I'm wondering if it's just because I'm not into the particular people who are going to be at this Dragon Con, or if I'm transitioning from that, from what I enjoyed about cons in the past. Before it was meeting celebrities and getting and collecting things, and now it's far more into. I'm getting more into cosplaying and that sort of thing, which is kind of interesting. So I'm not exactly interested in any of the celebrities this year for whatever reason. Although I might get the guy who plays Pike on Strange New Worlds, the captain, and because that show is we don't have time to get into this. How fantastic Strange New Worlds is, especially when it's compared to the other Star Trek garbage that's been released recently. Moving on. Stephanie, what are you looking forward to, or what's one of the things you're looking forward to this year?
As all years, I am looking forward to a certain late night panel with Mr. DC Douglas, where Tony knows what I'm talking about. Where, perhaps some erotic Resident Evil fan fiction gets performed sort of, spontaneously at like 1 a.m. in a small room in the Westin. So I'm looking forward to that. And he's always great at the con anyway. So he's just sort of like a charismatic, funny dude that, I enjoy the panels he does. And anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. Especially after 2 years of not having it. It's been a terrible
burn. Is this
burn.
like a Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine kind of situation? Or?
So do y'all know who he is? The voice of Albert Wesker from the Resident Evil games. And so he,
I don't think I've ever seen him. I don't think I've ever looked him up. I know who he is, but
I know you know his games, but you've also heard his voice in like commercials and stuff. I had a chance to I think I did a panel with him or interviewed him or something a long time ago, and I did not know who he was at the time, and so I had to learn. And one of the things was everyone said, "Oh, go to the panel." I walk in. First off, it was packed.
Yeah, you got to get in line.
Yeah, we had to wait to get in. I get in, it's like these dim red lights. I was like, "What the fuck? What is happening here?"
Good stuff. That is very Dragon Con After Dark.
Quite the event. Everything DC Douglas does is pretty much after dark. But, and I think, and please, Stephanie, correct me, you know better than I do. Some of the things he writes, but then some of them are just like fanfic that they send in.
Yeah, and I think some people have sent him some. He's yanked some off like AO3 or fanfic.net. And I'm like sort of. I kind of look at fanfic as like paratext in sort of my like course of study. So like I'm interested in it from kind of an academic standpoint. And this is like a transformative work of a transformative work. And it's just like, and it's funny. So yeah, it's just, there's like a lot of layers to what do I enjoy about it. So yeah. So he takes the things he finds or that people send him and writes sort of like impromptu radio plays and gets volunteers from the audience to read the other parts. So
I'm going this year, Stephanie. I'm looking for you. I'm gonna look for the blue hair and tap you on the shoulder.
It'll be silver by then for the cosplays, but I'll save you a seat.
Thank you.
I feel like there's a whole nother like world of Dragon Con that happens when I go to bed.
Yeah, because you go to bed like 8:00. Yeah.
Mister, I like to get up early and write and watch the sun come up like Thanos.
So what's happening at like 5-6 o'clock in the morning at Dragon Con at this point?
The
Well,
cleaning
five o-
crew.
The cleaning crew.
5 and 6 o'clock is when everyone's finally getting to bed, or like they're transitioning into the next morning. It's like,
But is it a 24-hour venue? Like, is there always something going? Because Combo Breaker was 24 hours. You could go and come whenever you wanted to, and there was always something happening.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the last the last DJ for the rave of the night goes on at like 3.
Okay.
And their schedule, I want to say they're scheduled till 6. They usually wrap up. Last year they wrapped up a little early because they had extended cleaning protocols. But yeah, normally they run to like 5 or 6, and just because that's done doesn't mean the people are done. Like,
Yeah.
there's always, you can stumble around and find some groups playing games or doing something.
Yeah. It's like, no, it's
and then the
coffee
first
hour
panel
with
is at
Batman and Robin.
There are 24-hour movie rooms that show
okay.
like sci-fi movies all night, and then
Doesn't the gaming hall go all night?
gaming halls
Yeah.
24/7.
So there's somebody playing Werewolf like
24/7.
from as soon as you start until con's done.
It's the
And
same
then,
guy.
The official panels, I think, start back up at like 9 a.m. So there's really a tiny window.
And is there some kind of big, like on the last day, is there some kind of massive like send off, like see you next time, or with like as many people as possible? Do they do anything like that?
Kind of ends with a whimper, not a bang.
Oh man.
you
Because
know,
like
like,
Combo
especially
Breaker, they
last
got
year.
everybody that they could packed into this
Well,
one room, and then like they did the final tournament or the final game, because they did like 40 something games, but they put it on the big screen in the winter, and they did all this stuff, and then afterwards this guy got on this massive ladder and he took a picture of everybody he could. But I'll have to send it to her, or send it to you guys or something. But
Like a
I'm
super
like, you
selfie.
can see me. I'm like way in the back, and like we're sitting there like.
I've never been to
there's
a
thousands
video
of people there.
conference, but I assume it's like that final scene from The Wiz, with Fred Savage.
The wizard.
The Wizard. Yes, sorry, not the.
Not to be a jerk,
Not-
but I'm like,
No,
does she
you're right.
mean the Diana Ross Wizard of Oz
No, I
African
don't.
American remake from the 70s?
Although that is a
Because
banger.
that has a that had a good finale as well.
Yeah, so Dragon Con, obviously Dragon Con's from, Thursday, although people get there on Wednesday. From like Thursday to Monday, although people hang around until Tuesday. So it's almost like everyone's just like on their last legs,
So they
and
kind of
everyone's
just fizzle out and then go
Yeah.
home.
trickling out.
It's sort of like peaks on Saturday, and then on Sunday you have everybody who's like, "Ah, thank God the Saturday people are gone," and then on Monday everybody is like, "Whoo, we can move." And then on Tuesday everybody's hungover. So that seems to be sort of the
That's
progression.
fair. Okay.
Very good. Well, we have one more round we got to do. What's one thing that you're looking forward to the most this Dragon Con? There's so many things that I could mention, I could talk about. And the escape rooms that we're probably going to do an escape room. I'm pretty excited. I always love escape rooms. We're probably going to do another escape room like we always do.
Is that a Dragon Con thing, or do you just go in the city?
I mean,
There's one in the Peachtree Center.
Yeah, there's one in Peachtree Center. There's also another one around there as well. But yeah, so there's an escape room there. So we'll probably do another one. That'll be a whole lot of fun. Playing board games. We'll probably play some board games down there as a necessary rest, right? Because the board game area is always where we rest. Once again, at Dragon Con is the only time me and Jeremy got in a fight in our long friendship. In the basement, playing a board game is the only time I've seen Jeremy get upset with me. Anyways, so I'm excited about that. Obviously, I'm excited about just completely becoming, just eating everything. It doesn't matter what it is, just eating all the time. Enjoying Aviva by Camille, which is probably my favorite restaurant, not only in Atlanta, but maybe ever. So I'll enjoy a falafel and everything, but probably eat there a couple of times. So kind of miscellaneous. Many things that I'm looking forward to this Dragon Con. So we got to move on to Jeremy. What's your last thing you're looking forward to?
Fighting Anthony again.
I am looking forward to going to Aviva and seeing Camille. I think I can fit in at least 3 meals there over the time that I'm there. Since it seems to be the only time I can make it to the city downtown during the times they're open is on Dragon Con weekend. So it's the only time every year I ever eat there. So I'm looking forward to it.
I'm wondering.
I've never been.
Wow.
Well, yeah,
So,
no, and I'm ashamed.
The food is great. The guy who owns it is phenomenal.
Takes it over the top.
Yeah, he's like awesome. I mean, he's great.
I know where it's at. I've seen it. You guys have mentioned it, and I just have not. I'm down to try it. It's food I would like. I just somehow haven't made it.
Yeah. So I've obviously it's a Dragon Con tradition to go to Aviva. He loves Dragon Con people. Like he gets excited about it, right? So and of course, like he's all into like I'm gonna give out free samples. I'm gonna give out free I love yous. He tells everybody I love you, everything. So he's fantastic. The food is phenomenal. Like it's and I'm a huge Mediterranean fan. Anyways, everything's fantastic. So I'm definitely looking forward to eating there. I'm wondering,
what
Jeremy.
I'm hearing is that Anthony is going to host a little Sci Fi Gangstas reception there during DragonCon for people who've been guests of the podcast. That's what I'm hearing.
That's what I'm hearing. I might actually drive up for that.
I am
get his free meal.
That's right.
I am definitely down for a shared meal. Like if you guys wanted to show up on a day, we all go to Viva. That would be fantastic. Preferably like on a Thursday when it's not crazy or anything like that. Although the line goes pretty quick. Like he's all about getting the line moving, right? So usually it's not horrible. But yeah, I'm looking forward to eating there. I'm wondering, Jeremy, because obviously I'll be on campus 2 weeks before DragonCon because I have classes to teach in Atlanta. Do I not go to Aviva and just save up for DragonCon, or do I do a little bit of a like? Do I eat Aviva one time before DragonCon? I don't know what to do.
You gotta save up that anticipation.
You save it up. All right, I like it. Very good. All right, so moving on to is it Tony's turn? Tony?
Yep, still the same order, Anthony.
Or do we skip Jeremy?
No.
Okay. He's just skipped me 2 rounds, but that's cool. Go ahead, Tony.
I mean, maybe once you go, when you go.
I got nothing to say, so you go ahead.
I mean, honestly, we've talked about all of it. I'm just so excited, to go back, to have fun, to relax. But I was telling Acid, I moved to Orlando almost a year ago now. And I've been seeing somebody, so I get to bring my girlfriend, and I know she's going to have a good time, but I also get to like info dump 15 years of Dragon Con knowledge and not an experience, not knowledge, but experience and this and that and this and that and this and that.
Lore.
I'm sorry? Lore. Yeah, I thought you said whore. I was like, yes, I am going to be. But yes, the lore of all of that time. And I know she doesn't want to hear it constantly. It's not going to stop me. But she really is excited to go and has no idea what she's in for, has no idea what it's about. So I'm looking forward to that first timer experience.
It's kind of one of those experiences that you can like describe to somebody, but you can't really, it's ineffable. You can't put it into words. Even if like people have been to other cons, it's like a thing unto itself. Which sounds very gatekeepy. I don't mean it that way.
No, not at all. It didn't sound that way. You're exactly right. It's even of a bunch of cons. I've been to a bunch of cons. Dragon Con's different. She's never been to cons. She's like a Disney person and knows the parks and knows this and that. And I was like, oh, there's some stuff there you'll like. But we went to one con. We went to Spooky Empire here in Orlando, which is I don't want to call it a small con. It's a small to medium con, like a day, half a day. So just to kind of get an idea of, I was like, here's panels, here's this, here's that. I was like, now imagine that on a completely different level. And she's like, I can't. I'm like, exactly. So she's as ready she's going to be. I'm excited. So yeah, that's my last one to share that with her and tell the lore and maybe just randomly show up at the Resident Evil fanfic just cause,
I mean, if you want to break somebody into Dragon Con, you could start in worse places.
Exactly.
You can go to the Dub Your Own Hentai panel if you really want to just show her what it's about.
I already told her like I want to go to wrestling. I was like, they have wrestling. It's a ring. They have real. I was like, these are real wrestlers. She's like, what? I was like, yes, you'll see. And everything is just you'll see. So.
And are they doing kilt blowing this year? I haven't.
I'm sure they will. Last year Jenny Breeden didn't do it. What? No, they did it last year. But the main host, she's a cartoonist, I think, Jen. Yeah. She didn't come for COVID reasons, but she'll be. I think she's coming back this year, so
sweet.
She'll take it back.
Yeah, I just like the like breadth of that, like wrestling, and also kilt blowing. Like it really runs the gamut.
I've never been to the kilt blowing, because usually it's just me and a bunch of dudes. But I'm like, hey, let's go to that too. Like let's just go. You know,
such a weirdly affirming like event.
That's what I've heard. Because there was a time. Sorry, we're gonna have a sidebar. There was a time where I was like, I don't know, that's kind of weird, and like, you know, you couldn't have it the other way. And then I read somewhere, they're like, it's not what you think. It's very positive. Yeah. And people are so excited. Nobody's being forced to go up there, you know.
Yeah, it's sort of like objectification, but like in good fun. And it's like, you know, like nobody is they're not mostly beefcakes that we're talking about, but it's people who are like, you know, have like some kind of interesting kilt that goes with their whole shtick, or like, you know, people like some people with disabilities have done the kilt blowing, which is always like really cool because they've made kilt blowing inclusive. So, you know, it just makes me feel good.
Somebody told me once, and then we will move on, that there's a lot of people that go up there that normally don't get cheered on and hollered at, and they get to have a little moment and they enjoy it. And I was like, well, if they're enjoying it, then it's perfectly fine, you know.
Everybody is really happy to be in that room. So
I'm going this year. So I'm going to look for the silver hair and tap you on the shoulder.
Excellent.
Well, very good. Excellent. You know, I've always been supportive of, you know, getting that affirmation as probably one of the most needy people imaginable when it comes to having to have a job where I stand in front of students who have to be there to listen to me. Like, I know what it's like to need that affirmation. So,
speaking of, how much spandex figures into your cosplay schedule for Dragon Con this year?
Oh, there is definitely a spandex suit that I wear every year. It's the Venom spandex suit, and I'll be wearing that underneath the clone armor. Maybe I'll just go as Venom one day, just wear the spandex and the Venom mask. Maybe I'll do that as well. I'll have some fun.
You could time. Be the different iterations over the weekend. Yeah.
Definitely down for that. No one mentioned the vendors hall. I feel like that needs to be mentioned at least one time. I'm excited about going to the vendors hall. You know, my new tradition is to buy one relatively expensive item every year now, rather than buying a bunch of little things like I used to do. It's like, I'm going to save money, buy one really cool thing. And that's what I'm looking forward to finding this year. All right, Stephanie, we're gonna get to you. What's the one thing that you want to mention? What are you excited about this DragCon?
So specifically this year, and I just, like, a friend of mine who's DJing just posted it. The Horror Track is doing a goth night.
What?
Yeah. So it's gonna be like a bunch of goth DJs, and it's gonna be like the spooky kid party, which I'm really excited about. Because I'm sort of like, I mean, I'm like light Professor Goth at best, but I enjoy the community and the subculture of it. So I'm excited that they're getting a whole party. So
I just like some new music. I feel like a lot of the parties have similar music.
Yeah.
So I like a gamut of music. I actually like, you know, like you're saying, like the 80s, the new wave. I also like hip hop. So like,
yeah,
I just get tired of the stuff in the middle. So yeah, if there's a party with a different scene and different music, I'll tap you on the shoulder when I see the silver.
Excellent. Yeah. A guy that lives here in Nashville, DJ Ichabod, is one of the DJs for it, and he does like a local goth night, and he's great. He has a really like wide sort of genre, like a, you know, catalog of the things that he plays. So it's like a good place to like hear some faves, but also find some new stuff. So I'm psyched for that party.
It's not just going to be 2 hours Bela Lugosi's dead.
Well, I mean, I would also go to that party, so no shade, but no, it will not be.
Well, fantastic. We all mentioned things that we're super excited about. Many of the things kind of sort of mentioning some of the same things as well. I guess this is the point where I go, what are you looking forward to the most? Comment below and, all that kind of stuff. But Acid, before we end the show today, I feel like we need to go to you because we've been neglecting to talk to you. Acid, is there anything that you want to say to wrap it up here?
I'm looking forward to y'all looking forward to DragonCon. So I hope you have a good time. Don't come back alive, okay? And maybe not too hungover.
Well, very good.
Hey, I'm sorry because I always have to say something else. Two things. One, Acid, there is a streaming membership. It's $10.
Oh,
and
okay.
You can see like all of the big panels are on it. If there's any celebrities speaking, that'll be on the streaming, and then a bunch of little stuff and fun stuff. But it's at least worth it just for the big celebrity panels.
I'll try to look for you on the screen as I'm watching all the panels.
And I don't make money off of it. I just think for $10, it's a great deal.
I love
I
really appreciate the DragonCon TV folks because the bumpers in between and like the little skits that they do are top tier. It's the best thing about staying in the con hotel is getting to see that stuff. But yeah, since they made the streaming membership, big fan.
And then the last thing I want to say, because there's a ton of people, and so I do moderate for DragonCon, but I have zero insider information. I just want to make that clear. I don't know any secrets. So this is just Tony talking.
Tony, when's the app go up?
But they have everybody from Doom Patrol. Mark my word on this show. Brandon Fraser is coming to DragonCon. It's gonna happen. I'm putting all my chips on that. He's been touring. He's been doing cons. They have everybody freaking else from Doom Patrol. I'm going all in.
Okay.
Well, very good. I'm sure that will excite a lot of people there. People love them.
Including me. It's a great show.
All right. Well, very good. Excellent. Well, that is our show for today. Once again, you can check out our website at scifigangsters.com. You can check us out on YouTube. We're also broadcasting wherever you get your podcasts. For Tony Henderson, Stephanie, Jeremy, Acidtrain, I'm Anthony Nanar. Goodbye, everybody.